Taehyung's house at poolside. Taehyung stood in the pool, folding his hand with a killer smile. You sighed and turned to leave. You stepped on the gel that was spilled on the floor, but then you slipped your balance and fell down on the deepest side of the pool. You struggled in the water as you was drowning in it. Taehyung remembered what Tae-V said. Myself and mom don't know swimming, keeping every issues behind them aside. Taehyung swam towards you fast. He tried to lift you from the water. Taehyung, hold my shoulders, you, he shouted. But you was not in the state of listen to anything as you was scared in that you started pressing in the water in anxiety without any choice left. Taehyung hugged you along with your hands tightly. Yet you hoped after a few seconds you lost consciousness as you drank enough water. He made you lay down on the pool wall and rubbed your palm. Coming out of the pool, no moment in you. Taehyung flipped you and pressed your lower back to make a spit excess of water you drank. He rubbed your back to get your consciousness. You opened your eyes slowly, coughing. You sensed someone was rubbing your back. You were shocked seeing Taehyung doing that. You sat on the floor, jerking. Taehyung, relax. You slipped in this pool. You coughed again and saw your dress completely messed. You pulled it with your hands and tried to cover your front portion, but your effort went in vain as the dress was so thin. You kept thinning your dress, pulling it in sideways. Taehyung turned his gaze somewhere and stood. You also stood up embarrassingly. You tried to run from there, but the little fate didn't want to finish the abusive sequence there itself. It made you to step on the gel again. This time you fell on Taehyung and both fell on the turf. For the first time in your life, you sensed something in you. You was the one who was on Taehyung, yet you didn't get apart from him for a few seconds. Taehyung twisted his finger to control himself from touching you. You got up and rushed from there. Taehyung closed his eyes helplessly, hearing his own heartbeat. Open his eyes, he saw you rushing out of the house premises. He sat running his finger in his wet hair, gulping down. In car, you rushed out of the young house and got into the cab that came from the opposite side. You directed the driver towards your house. Your body was shivering like hell. You could not bear the damn pain that rised inside you. You didn't realize the meaning of the words when Taehyung uttered you to have feelings. Now you got to know what the words feeling meant. Yes, you was a feeling, have feeling. You knew one day you would get dominated by those damn feelings. You thought you was a strong woman. You never knew a man could make you weaker. At your house living room, you came home and was about to open the door. You sensed it already opened. You got in and saw Tae-V watching TV. Tae-V, hi mom. He smiled awkwardly. You stood looking at him as if he was a ghost. You, where were you? Why didn't you attend my calls? Tae-V, why did you call me mom? He asked you, getting alert. You, I called you 2 times. Devin, I was playing with my friends, mom. How long could I be sitting at home? I felt bored, mom. That's why I went with my friends to play. By the way, is it raining outside? How did you get wet? You, oh, someone poured water on me unknowingly. Devin, poured water? Who? You don't know. In washroom, you rushed to your room without even removing your dress. You sat on the couch. You closed your eyes and opened them, jerking, seeing yourself on Taehyung on the trough. You went to the washroom. Opening the shower, you stood under the running water to cool down your nerves. You slowly opened your eyes and looked at your reflection in the mirror. You got stuck seeing your messed up dress. You pulled the dress and covered the front portion just like you did in front of Taehyung. You gulped down as it didn't work. This is how you stood in front of him. Your body can hit up. He hugged you, lifted you, pressed your lower back. Rubbing your body down, you sat under the shower, pressing your head. Managing yourself, you stood steady. You should not get weaker. You should be strong. Taking a bath, you came out of the washroom, wiping your hair without talking to Tae-V. You started preparing dinner, trying hard not to think about the swimming pool encounter. On the other hand, Taehyung house. Taehyung didn't know how long he was sitting on the trough wall wet. Though his body was wet, his inner body was sitting like hell. He could not avoid thinking about the scene that happened a few minutes ago. That was the first time he saw you in his favorite red. He never knew he would be left with no choice other than to hug you in that way. Taehyung fell on the trough again, twisting his finger. He felt something inside him was terribly killing him. His mind was recalling the scene again and again. No matter how hard he tried to resist, he could not get his mind into his control. How beautiful you looked in the dress. How hot you became after you fell down into the pool. Don't know why he felt something started clicking in between them. He came inside the house all smiling how his life would be if you and Tae-V were with him. It felt so pleasant. Very soon they would be with him. He would get them in his life. After taking bath, he fell on the bed. He didn't even have dinner. He didn't feel too. His mind and heart was full, hugging the pillow close to his chest. He closed his eyes. At night, Yu's house in Yu's room. That was the first time you felt a difference in your own behavior. You didn't get the sleep that night. You could not hold yourself from thinking about Taehyung. You was getting continuous images of Taehyung. At last, you drifted into sleep. After a while, you started mumbling in your sleep something unusual. It seemed you was in a dream. Yes, you got a dream in which Taehyung hugged you. You leave me, Taevin's dad. You sat on the bed jerking. What did you just address Taehyung? Taevin's dad, what the hell was that? Did you accept him as the father of your son? Time skips the next day at office. Taehyung's cabin. Taehyung was curious to see what you would do and how did you face him after the swimming pool incident. Taehyung was waiting for you in his cabin, but to his disappointment, you didn't come to the office. Instead of feeling bad, Taehyung felt happy. So you was not normal. You would have come to the office if you hadn't felt a difference in your heart. You faced him daringly even after he proposed to you for marriage. You was a strong woman who handles any situation without fear and hesitation. Now you was hesitating. If it was so, you was shaken. Taehyung wasn't wrong. Taking his phone, he dialed your number. You saw his number and gulped down, closing your eyes. You could not refuse his call. After all, he was your boss. You, hello sir, said, changing your voice as if you was not feeling well. Taehyung, are you alright? You, no sir, I am not feeling well. That's why I am unable to come to the office. Taehyung, what happened? You, fever, dizziness. You had Taehyung, don't you go to hospital? You, I will go in the evening. Taehyung, why not now? You, I have called my friend. She will take me to the hospital. Taehyung, okay, take a rest. You, thank you, sir. You disconnected the all hoofing in relief as you get a day off. You started cleaning the house. After some time, after half an hour, you heard a knock on the door. You opened the door and got horrified seeing Taehyung standing with a man. Taehyung raised his brows, seeing you with a duster. More than you, Taehyung got embarrassed as the man who came with him was a doctor. He brought him to treat you. Doctor, shall I meet the patient? Taehyung, she is the one for whom you are here, doctor, said with a sharp gaze on you. Oh, I thought to clean home as I got an off today because I am feeling better now. Doctor, that's okay. I am leaving Mr. Taehyung. Taehyung, thank you, doctor. Taehyung was about to take the money from his doctor. The doctor stopped him. Doctor, no, sir, that's okay. He left the place. Taehyung looked at you questioningly. You stood not looking at him. Taehyung entered in without minding to take your permission. Taehyung, you are not seemingly a patient, you. Oh, I just took a steam bath. Now feeling better. Taehyung chuckled stagingly. That tickled your sense. Taehyung, by the way, are you alright? Asked with a smirk. You nodded as seriously. Taehyung, I thought because of falling into the swimming pool, you had a fever. You looked here and there, but him. Taehyung, you looked at him, patting your lips. Taehyung, let's go to the office if you are feeling better. I would like to take an off today. Taehyung, tomorrow? You looked at him, gulping. Taehyung, will you come tomorrow? You nodded yes. Taehyung, by the way, how is Taehyung? Where was he yesterday? He was playing with his friends. Taehyung, oh, then what made you come to my home searching for him? He didn't receive my calls. You also didn't come to the office, so I thought, Taehyung, father and son are enjoying themselves together, right? You looked at him jerking. You gulped hard nervously. Taehyung, relax. Why are you tensed? Asked smiling. People may start gossiping if they see you here, said bowing down. Taehyung sighed. Taehyung, okay, I will keep my distance until we get into the relationship. He left the place, not waiting there, leaving you with anxiety. At mall, Taehyung didn't go to the office but went to a shopping mall to buy a gift for Tae-V as he thought to give him something. He turned around feeling a touch on his shoulder. There he saw his friend Kunal standing with a bridesmaid. His would-be wife Preeti was also with him, whose expression changed seeing Taehyung. Taehyung turned around and found his college friend Kunal standing. Taehyung had very few friends. Kunal was one both among them, though they were in touch. They hardly spoke with each other as both were busy in foreign countries. They were in touch only through emails. Taehyung was delighted seeing his friend in front of him after a long time. There was a girl standing with Kunal with a bored expression, seeing Taehyung. She is the none other than Preeti, and we already knew that she was the one who was with you at the time of the test tube baby process. We knew she had seen Taehyung when he came to meet Sunaina at the fertility clinic. It was obvious if Preeti was bewildered seeing Taehyung because she knew the person who was the mother of his son, who was her friend now. Taehyung, hey, how are you, man? Shouted in happiness. After he came from US, Kunal was the first friend he met. Kunal hugged Taehyung delighted. Kunal, I am super fine and super happy meeting you. Taehyung, you here? When did you come from Singapore? Kunal left just a week ago. I came from Singapore. Taehyung, didn't you feel calling me after coming to Korea? Asked rightfully. That surprised Preeti. Kunal, my marriage got fixed, so I am here to get married. I wanted to meet you in person. That's why I didn't call you, but I didn't expect the surprise meet. Taehyung, oh, that's great. Congratulations. Taehyung shook hand with Kunal. Kunal, thank you. Kunal looked behind. Preeti, come here. He began Preeti. Preeti come close to him, all the way looking at Taehyung surprisingly. She recognized who he was, father of Devin. Kunal, he is my friend Taehyung. Introduced him to Preeti. Taehyung, hi. Preeti nodded her head slightly. Kunal, we are college mates. Preeti, oh, Taehyung, you are very lucky to have Kunal as your husband. He's a nice guy. Preeti smiled awkwardly. Kunal, by the way, when are you going to get married? Taehyung got stuck for a few seconds. Preeti was observing his expression nearly. Taehyung, as of now, I have no idea about my marriage. Preeti, why? Preeti asked before Kunal asked anything. Taehyung and Kunal looked at her perplexed. Preeti, I mean, your friend Kunal is settling down in his life. Why not you? Asked pointing at Kunal. Taehyung, I don't know what to say. By the way, visit my home before going back to Singapore. Kunal, I am not going to go to Singapore. Taehyung, oh really? Kunal, yep. Taehyung, but why? Kunal, Preeti is a doctor. She is working in a good hospital. Maya and her parents don't want us to be separated after marriage. Taehyung, they are right. Kunal, you are invited to our marriage. Taehyung was about to say something. Kunal, I and Preeti will come to your home to invite you. This is just a formal invitation. That's it. Note down my Korean mobile number. Taehyung, oh, did you get the new one? Kunal, just today morning. Taehyung, yeah, tell me. Taehyung noted it down on his mobile phone. Kunal, I will call you when I am free. Okay. Taehyung, bye. Taehyung, bye. Taehyung went inside the mall to buy a gift for Tevin. Kunal and Preeti left the place. Kunal started the car. Preeti was silent. Kunal, what happened, Preeti? Are you alright? Preeti, were you and Taehyung best friends? Kunal, of course we are still best friends. We are in the same class. At first we teased him a lot. Preeti teased, but why? Kunal, he always studied in class. How could a college student tolerate a good boy? So we started teasing him. We laughed. Preeti, then Kunal, at one point, Taehyung got angry and fought with us. A few of us prayed. After that, we became friends. He laughed. Preeti, oh. Kunal, don't underestimate him, Preeti. He looked very simple. Doesn't mean he is a simple person. He ran a company all alone, you know. Preeti, really? Kunal, yeah. He recently bought a company and established it. Do you know? A Unity software? Preeti, Unity software. Preeti aspirant. Kunal, yeah. He is the owner of the company. Preeti, is he the founder of the company? Kunal, no. He bought an old company and modified it. Preeti, what was the old name? Kunal, old name. He thought Mac software. Priti, Macro Software. Kunal, exactly. He smiled. Priti was dumbfounded. What does that mean? Is Taehyung the one who proposed to you? Is he the one who is in love with her? That means he loved none other than the mother of his son. What would she name this? Priti, Taehyung was in US, right? Kunal, yes. How do you cutting him? Priti, he brought up in orphanage home. He was an athlete, gold medalist in university. Kunal, exactly. How do you know Preeti? Do you know him? But Taehyung didn't react seeing you ask for him. Preeti, not only that, I know something more than that about him. Kunal, what's that? Preeti, he's in love with my friend you. Kunal, your friend you? Preeti, yes. Kunal, the one you want to go to her house to invite her for our marriage. Preeti, yes. Kunal, Preeti, actually we should not tell anyone about it. As Taehyung is open, I think I should not hide it from you because knowing about his son is important for him now. Kunal, son, what the hell are you talking about, Preeti? He's not married, did he say? He almost shouted in shock. Preeti, marriage is not necessary to become father. Preeti said the truth calmly. Kunal, what do you mean? Did Taehyung do something to cutting him? Preeti, no, this is different. Kunal stopped the car at the side of the road and sat, turning towards Preeti. Kunal, what is the matter, Preeti? Tell me clearly. Preeti told him everything about Taehyung. Kunal was shocked to the core hearing Taehyung's story. Kunal, what are you saying, Preeti? Is that true? Preeti, yes, Kunal, my friend you is none other than the mother of Taehyung's son with whom Taehyung is in love. Kunal, damn it, how fate is playing its card, he said unbelievably. Preeti, yes, I too can't believe this. And more to our surprise, Taehyung and Tae-V are friends. Kunal, what friends? But how? Preeti, I too don't know. Devin liked Taeyang very much and vice versa. They meet often without your knowledge, it seems. Kunal, how do you know? Preeti, you told me. Kunal, is you fine with Taeyang proposal? Preeti, no, she is not. She wanted to stop Devin from talking with Taeyang. I stopped her giving some valuable reasons. Kunal, what are you going to do now? Preeti, you is a stubborn girl. Being a mother of a 6 years old boy, she won't accept him easily. Kunal, but Taeyang love you and Taeyang is none other than the father of her son. Then what is the problem? Baby, society. Kunal, Preeti. Yes, she is scared of society. Kunal, Taeyang is a nice guy. He has no one. He will treat her like anything. You will never get such a guy. Preeti, let me talk to her. Kunal, try to get her into the track. Preeti, completely. Kunal, when will you meet her? Preeti, today itself. Kunal, I hope she will accept Taeyang. Preeti, hopefully. Kunal started the car. After some time leaving room, the land phone rang. You attend the call. You, who is this? Taeyang. Taeyang, you got stuck. Taeyang, how about you? You, fine sir. Taeyang, really? You hummed. Taeyang, I can't believe your words, you know. If you say you are not fine, you do house chores. If you say you are fine, maybe you are not. You were silent, you knew what he was hinting. He had seen you cleaning the house, taking an off, giving the excuse fever. Taeyang, why did you lie you know I just Taeyang, are you scared of to face me? You why would I? You stammered. Taeyang, I thought you got fever in the memories of our swimming pool encounter. You know, why would I have memories of the swimming pool and why did I get dreams cutting you? Taeyang, did you get a dream? You got stuck. You closed your eyes sign. Taeyang, are you there? Did you see me in your dream? What I did that you took off from the office? I think you are crossing your limits. Taeyang, could you tell me what's my limit? You learn how to talk to a woman whom you have no relationship with. Taeyang, I am talking to a woman with whom I want to get a relationship with you. You, sir, try to understand me. My son is thinking his father is in a Gulf country. I can't show someone and tell him he is your father. What will he think about me? He is a small kid. He can't understand anything. I don't want to be a wrong mother in my son's eyes. Taehyung, you are becoming a wrong mother, snatching your son's happiness. Tae-V will not think of you wrong because I will be with you to make him understand. The much I know Tae-V is wiser than you. Try to understand that. Bye. Taehyung disconnect the call. You put the receiver with annoyance. After some time, you become excited seeing Preeti in your place. Preeti, how are you? You hugged her. Devin, come here, see, Preeti auntie is here. Devin rushed out of the room, doing his homework, hearing you thrilling voice. Devin, auntie, Devin shouted. Preeti, how are you, Devin? Devin, fine, how are you? Preeti, super fine. They sat in the living room. What is the matter, Preeti? You have been visited us surprisingly. Preeti, yeah, just thought to visit you. How is your Mr.? Preeti, he is busy with wedding arrangements. Why don't you bring him here? Preeti, I will bring him soon for sure. What would you like to have? Preeti, coffee. Devin, finish your homework quickly. We will have dinner all together. Preeti didn't any. Devin, okay. Devin rushed to his room to finish his homework. You went to the kitchen and Preeti also accompanied you. You boiled the milk. In kitchen. Then how is your work going? Preeti, yeah, it's going as usual. You tell me, how is your job going with your interesting boss? Your hands stopped for a second. Yeah, going good. Preeti, we didn't have time to talk about your boss the other day. Tell me about him now. Why did you say he's an interesting person? You leave it, Preeti. Tell me how his Kunal brother is talking to you. Preeti, why you? Why don't you want to talk about your boss? Just because he loves you? You said nothing. Preeti, he'll love you. He'll like Devin also. Then what is the problem? I don't think it works. We should think about Devin. Don't know how he will feel seeing me with someone other than his father. Preeti, father? Who is his father? Has he ever seen his father? You were silent. Preeti, okay, tell me, are you ready to marry his father? You looked at Preeti bewildered. Preeti, tell me will you marry the person who is real father of Devin? What are you talking about, Preeti? Preeti, I met your boss yesterday in mall. You looked at her shockingly. Preeti, he and Kunal are college mates. That's when I got to know he is the owner of a software company. You gulped down. So what is the relation between him and Devin's father? Asked Preeti, not showing that you knew the truth. Preeti, your boss is none other than Devin's father. Preeti said calmly. You was arrested. Did Preeti know about Taehyung? But how did she remember him when she met 100 people every day? That is what you feared of. Preeti, yes, he is Devin's father. He loves you. He likes Devin. You are so lucky to get such a chance to regenerate your life. I think this is why fate examined you a lot. It wants you to wait for him to come from US. You know, Preeti, I don't know how it works. According to this world, I am Mrs. Steven cutting her. Preeti, Mrs. Steven, my food. Don't you dare address yourself like that. I won't, but the wall. Preeti, throw the damn ball in the dustbin. Why the hell are you minding about the useless ball? You swallowed hard. Preeti, what are you going to do? What do you want me to do? Marry Taehyung, start a new life. You bowed down. Preeti lifted your chin. Preeti, you have to marry Taehyung. You looked at her shockingly. Preeti, do you think Taehyung will be quiet if he get to know Devin is his son? Will you tell him? Asked nervously. Preeti, I won't, but Kunal, you closed your eyes helplessly. Preeti, Kunal wishes a good life for Taehyung. Don't you think he deserves a good life? Doesn't Devin deserve his father? To give him a father, I have to accept him as my husband. Preeti, so what? What is your problem? You were silent. Preeti, why are you scared to this extent? I scolded him, Preeti. You gulped on. Preeti, why did you scold him? When he proposed to me, in the process of stopping him from nearing me, I touched his ego, said panicking. Preeti, don't worry, everything will be alright. Please don't tell him anything, Preeti. You pleaded. Preeti, I won't, but Kunal will tell him the truth. You sang. Preeti, get yourself ready to marry him or get ready to face him. In living room, Preeti left the place, leaving you in distress. You didn't know what Taehyung was going to do. You let out a deep breath. Tae-V come out of the room. Tae-V, Mom, where is Preeti auntie? She got an emergency call from hospital. She left. Tae-V, oh, Tae-V signed. Time skips the next day at office. Taehyung's cabin. Taehyung was fed up as you didn't come to the office that day also. He accepted you to come in the afternoon at least, but you didn't. He thought to meet you in the evening. Taehyung smiled seeing Kunal in his office. Taehyung, hi Kunal, what is surprise? Don't you fiancé come with you? Kunal nodded no. Taehyung, what happened? You look stressed. Did you fight with Preeti? Kunal, I need to tell you something very important, Taehyung. Taehyung, what is the matter, Kunal? You are talking seriously? Kunal, the matter is really serious. It is about your son. Taehyung was stunned. Son? What is he talking about? Is he really talking about his son? What a new problem this is, Taehyung thought. Kunal, do you know what happened to the girl who carried your son? That's when Taehyung understood what he was talking about. He managed himself. Taehyung, Kunal, please, I don't care about it because the clause between me and the hospital management was I should not care about the one who carried my child. Kunal, but the girl's life changed upside down, it seems. Kunal, please, it's none of my business. I don't want to know about her. And I definitely don't want to care about it. Kunal, don't you really care about your son, Tevin? Taehyung was about to deny it. He stopped hearing the name Tevin. Tevin? Kunal, yes, your son's name is Tevin. Taehyung gulped down. He felt like a crab running inside his head as Kunal accepted. Taehyung, do you know the name of the mother? Kunal nodded yes. Kunal, your PA. Taehyung felt a lack of breath. Taehyung mind, is it even possible? Is she the same you who is with her son Tevin? Is Tevin another than my son? You is the one who carried his son in her womb. Is this why I am always felt something for them in my heart? Of course, she is not my wife, so what? She's carried my son without any relationship, but it doesn't matter at all now. Tiang, Kunal, how do you know about it? Kunal, Preeti told me. Tiang, Preeti, how does she know? Kunal, she is the one who was with the doctor when she did the process. Tiang, could she recognize you? Kunal, yes, she is in touch with you. Tiang, really? Kunal, yes. When you was thrown out of her in the house, Preeti was the one who brought her to the hospital. What? Was you thrown out of the house? But why? Kunal, you Sindhas were rich people. Their only son was important. They wanted to get an heir for their family, so they searched for a poor class girl who won't caution them. You didn't know her husband's capability. When she got married to him, she was not told the truth. She came to her in-laws with a lot of expectation, but she got only disappointment. She was shocked when she was taken to the hospital for the test tube baby process. That's when she got to know why they got her married to their son. Then why did they throw her out? Kunal Yu's husband died of a heart attack when she was in the 9th month of her maternity period. They didn't want a child who is not their real heir. They were not ready to give the property to someone's child. They decided to drop the child in an orphanage. You got to know their intention and fought with them. After all, she is a mother. They kicked her out of the house without showing mercy. They didn't even think of her condition was not due date. Thank God Preeti was to meet you as she skipped the checkup due to her husband's death. She brought her to the hospital and admitted her because the delivery was also included in the package, so the doctor treated you. She was the one who named your son Tevin. Taehyung took his mobile out and sent you a photo to Kunal. Kunal asked Preeti whether she knew this girl. Kunal, who is she? I want Preeti to answer the question. Taehyung wanted to know this certainly. Kunal sent the photo to Preeti and called her. Preeti saw the photo right away as it was from Kunal. Preeti attended the call. Kunal turned the speaker on. Preeti, Kunal, how do you get used photo? Kunal, Taehyung sent it to me. Preeti understood what Taehyung wanted to know. Preeti, yes, she is you, Taehyung's son, Taevin's mother. Kunal looked at Taehyung, who closed his eyes, tightening his jaw. Kunal, what shall we name this? Taehyung, fate. What else? Said Huffing. Kunal, I hope you will accept you. Taehyung gulped and he looked at his watch. It was 3 o'clock. He went to meet you.